Hello, everybody. It is your good friend once again, Leaf here with another Planet Zoo mod making video. Now, the last one we did, what did we even make? I forgot. Yeah, we made the chin strap penguin. It was a little bit of a simple one, but this time around, we're doing something a little bit more difficult. This is the emu, or however you say it. I'm not really too sure. I just call them my favorite kind of bigger birds. I'm thoroughly upset that Frontier never included it in the Australia DLC, even though, the cassowary was a better choice. It's bright, it's colorful, it's perfect, I don't know. But the emu is, one of the most necessary things in the game, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna take this time, I'm gonna do it myself. It's like that Thanos meme, oh, yeah, it's fine, I'll do it myself, or whatever it is. So yeah, essentially we are just misshaping this entire cassowary into an emu, and yeah, I think it turned out to be pretty good. I originally should have done the ostrich. In, retrospect, it would have been able to use its arms and stuff, wings, I guess you could call them. But no, this one actually turned out pretty good, especially with, greasing the model like that. It does give, the semblance of some wings, at least, so that was really cool to see. And so here we are, essentially working with the texture. Now, I haven't done, insane texturing like this before, so it's very much a new process for me. But I feel like it turned out pretty good in the end, so you'll see me start to fumble a little bit at first with this because, it didn't really work out. It started to mess up on the model and stuff like that, but eventually we start to work it out. So I get 3 splices from 3 pretty good pictures of some emus, and I essentially start to paint it all over, and you can see on the left hand side it's mirroring but not in the right way. So I essentially have to go back and redo it. I eventually just paint on one side and copy it to the other, and this isn't even the final part of the texturing, because I go back again towards the end of the video and I redo all the base textures or whatever, and then I also put in some bump maps too. Well, normal maps is what they're called nowadays, but bump maps is what I'm used to calling them. But yeah, you can start to see it really come together. I love emus so much because they just look like badass birds, and yeah, sure, the cassowary, yeah, it's really good looking, yeah, it looks like an absolute dinosaur, but emus, they there's something about the looks of them. There's something about the way the feathers are shaved and how they flop off of the body, I guess. I don't know, just really good looking birds, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about them. So you can start to see me move the texture over there, and you can start to see me kind of make that silverish blue color on the neck, I guess it is. And yeah, just essentially I have to re-import it into Blender because it doesn't automatically update with Blender. So I do have to close out of Blender, re-import the model in order to see how it looks all together. And eventually I do start testing in-game to see how the texture looks. And yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle at first. Here I am just making the head shape a little bit better. Now, before I get yelled at in the comments, yes, I do know that emus have hair on their heads. Unfortunately, with the way that the model is made, and this is where the retrospective really would have come in clutch, I really wasn't able to get that hair on the head. We aren't able to generate hair particles on non-hair having models yet, so that's a little problem that NDP is having with this mammoth. He had to do custom hair overlays on it. I have no idea what he did. He's an absolute madman for doing it, but it looks so good. But I'm better off just waiting. I'll update the model later down the line once we actually get access to those, once Hendrix works on that for a little bit. But yeah, that's essentially the main problem that this model has. Other than that, I think everything turned out pretty swell, and it just goes to show just putting in the time and effort into a model, how much it really pays off. I mean, I really was regretting doing the emu on my own because, I've never really done intense texturing before. but you can see how well it pays off. I mean, look in game. This is just like the first model. It's not that good, you know. I didn't even generate the hair on it. It looks a little wonky, but eventually do end up making it look a lot better. I eventually like connect the neck a little bit more, so it looks like it's a lot more fluffy up there. You'll see what I mean in game once we actually get there. But yeah, so here I am just working with like the texturing a little bit more. At this point, I was like consulting Nick. I was like, how the hell do I get this to look good? Like, I have no idea how. And he gave me some pointers, like taking some really nice high quality photos, just overlaying them, bumping up the contrast, making sure it looks good, because I could do this back in the Zoo Tycoon 2 days. Like, little old 13-year-old me was able to accomplish what 22-year-old me can't even do right now. But yeah, essentially, and you can see like how long my Planet Zoo takes so low nowadays. It's really absurd. But yeah, we can start to see how it's like starting to shape up in game. And since we're about halfway through, so we're starting to get into like more intense texturing. So, and you can see like all my animals in here. And you can see me start to like line up Frank over there. But yeah, I just like to have some stupid fun when I'm like on stream with everyone just testing out the mods. But yeah, just essentially trying to make this work, making it a lot more fluffy. I think I do actually go in here. Yep, I do generate some like longer fur near the neck, so it is a little bit more fluffy up there. I try and like close those legs in as best as I could, just to make sure that, you know, nothing looks askew. I want people to think, oh, damn, this is something Frontier could make, because, you know, that's like a point that everyone and their mother seems to be bringing up recently. Like, oh my god, these mods don't look like Frontier made them, therefore I do not want them. Like, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent over here, but it just pisses me off. I'm sorry, guys. Like, what do you expect? We're not Frontier. We can't make Frontier level things, but we can do our damn best to, like, you know, come close to that. But anyways, tangent done, whatever. So here I am just essentially working on the texture for a little bit. I do overlay it, as you can see it right there, and I think it makes it, it pops so well. And I eventually bring it into Blender so I could clone tool it a little bit more, because, you know, I just love using both programs to texture. I feel like, I don't know, I don't really have ZBrush or like whatever Nick uses. I really should get it, but you know, that costs money and I don't want to spend money on it. But yeah, so I just love using like the combination of the two tools. It really gives it like, it really gives you a whole arsenal to work with, and once you become more familiar with the tools and stuff, you start to like flow like butter or honey or whatever else flows. I guess water. Yeah, that's a good analogy, it seems. But yeah, here we are, just essentially putting the finishing touches on it, and I'm trying to see like what else I do in this video. Oh yeah, I do like the normal maps and stuff, so I spawn a lot more in. The original colors variation, I guess you could say, of the emus weren't really up to par, but I essentially like, I let it be just because I do like the color variation, and you know, there still may be some emus that are like a lot more yellowish, and here I am just working on like the normals. I was referred to like an online program that actually generated your normals for you, and you can start to see me like plop those in right here. And I think it turns out pretty good in the end. At first I was like, you're gonna see them just a little bit. It looks jagged AF. It looked horrible in game. You can actually see some evidence of it in like a little bit while Planet Zoo boots up right here. But I feel like with these, the subtler the better. And yeah, that's essentially pretty much the finishing touches on it. I do end up doing like all the LODs. You can see like how disgusting it was. It wasn't good, so I just regenerated it again, and I think it's either the second or the third time around it looks a lot better. Even like the second time around, I don't think it looked too good. But yeah, this is like all the fun of modding, so I guess you guys really love to like watch these. I mean, I love making these because like, I don't know, it's really fun to have like a nice retrospective on all the mods I make. And usually when I record them, it's a lot better because I have like all the evidence and I can make a video for all you guys. And I do it one more time with like inserting everything. I think I do the LODs in this, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, who knows. And I also do the babies off camera. I didn't want to bore you guys with that just because, like, you know, they're... How often are you going to see the juvenile emus? Like, oh no. You guys can see them in Leaf's Animal Farm if we ever plop them in there. By the way, Leaf's Animal Farm, I hope you guys are still liking it. I know I kind of turned it into a little bit of like a speed build series. I just haven't had the time to like sit down and play it recently. But yeah, you can see me start to like get my Zoopedia pictures up and running. That's definitely like one of my favorite things to do. Like, I used to hate the UI because it was like, oh man, I just want to get this mod out there. But no, like, I'm starting to love the UI file generation stuff a lot more recently. And I don't know, it just makes it feel a lot more like you can look back on the mod that you make and it just seems really awesome. But yeah, we're ending this. Wow, we're already done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, be sure to like, comment, and maybe even subscribe for more, and let me know if you guys want to see more of these in the future. So yeah, I've been Lee, and you've been Lee. I don't know, I gotta come up with something new. Take care, guys.